Hi, welcome to another episode of Vloggery. I was talking to my friend yesterday, who's also going to Purdue, and I realized that we're only 2 or 3 weeks away from the fall semesters, and it's kind of freaking me out. I mean, it has always been freaking me out since the beginning of the summer. There are so many videos I want to do before the fall semester starts. People say that engineering students are very busy. Once the school starts, I'll probably do less video. The frequency of the video release will be less than what it is right now because for obvious reasons I'll have homework and stuff to do and YouTube won't be the only thing I have to do. So my point is I want to try to do as many video as possible before the fall semester starts. That being said, I've been having this plan a while back and is starting a new series called Let's Talk About Art. If you've been with this channel since the beginning, you've known that it's built on art. I'm a big art kid. I love making arts, and art is always going to be a part of this channel. I'm talking too much, am I? Anyway, I'm just gonna skip everything I have in my head right now and just dive right into the topic of this video. Like I said, I've had this idea of creating a series called Let's Talk About Art, but over the last few months I've created so many arts and I haven't even started a video. So I'm just gonna cram everything into one video and maybe postpone the Let's Talk About Art for later. This video will be about all the arts I've made since quarantine started until right now, which is toward the end of the summer. Oh, by the way, I'll be going on my Instagram account because that's where I posted my art. I'm a bit disappointed, not gonna lie, because I recorded everything yesterday. It took around 18 to 20 minutes and then the file was corrupted and now I have to redo everything again. But it's fine, you know, life happens and I just need to get this done. And yeah, let's go over it again. Let's pretend nothing happened and we'll have fun. Okay, so I created my Instagram account roughly the same time as when quarantine started. So around beginning of March-ish, because my birthday's on 20th of February and that's the day I created my Instagram account. So we're gonna go from the beginning and just, you know, chronological order. First one is the Ed Sheeran. Now this is not the first time I did this design. The first time I did this was for Inktober in 2018. You can still find that video on my YouTube channel. It was a really cool design. I knew I wanted to do it again and I drew it in my economics class. This one is the second one. It was in my human sexuality class. I actually planned to draw the same design in different classroom around school, but then I changed my mind because it would be too much work and besides students would probably erase them anyway. So now this one is still there, I think, so that's good. I want them to keep there for as long as I can, maybe until high school reunion. Probably not the case, but yeah, just keep it there as long as possible. And that's the Ed Sheeran one. This one is for my AP Studio art portfolio. Now it says over here that is the first 10 out of 15 because if you know, College Board AP Studio Art requires you to have 15 paintings for your portfolio. But then quarantine, the whole COVID thing happened and we only had to submit 10. So these were actually the final 10 that I submitted to College Board. Of course, these are not final because like in the final version, there are no black stripes in there. I can actually show you. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's gone. So yeah, I made some tweaks. These are not finals, but they're like the 10 paintings that I eventually submit to College Board. Moving on to the next one, and that is this one. I used Autodesk Sketchbook to create it. There is some very hard transition between values in there, but that was the style I was going for. If you don't know who that guy is, he's a Gene Deitch. Yeah, sorry. He's basically the creator of Tom and Jerry. And yeah, you know, I grew up with a lot of good animations from Disney's and Tom and Jerry's and all stuff like that. And this guy made my childhood and he'll be missed. So this is just my little tribute to Gene Deitch. I'll probably have to look that up, how to pronounce his name. Moving on, the next day, it was Mother Nature's Day, Earth Day, basically, and I did this. I had the idea in my head and I drew it out. same app, Autodesk Sketchbook. And I had the idea of, it would be cool to have a floating earth and all the water just falls down onto like a platform. Moving on. It was Signy's birthday and I made this video. We made this video in AP Art. Signy's basically my pal in AP Studio Art. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Signy. Moving on. This one is my channel art. I made it on May 2nd. Yeah, do you know like every time you visit a YouTube channel, there's like those art in the background? This is basically it. And yeah, Miscellaneous World of Harry HTF. What's the meaning behind it? Well, I do a lot of stuffs on my YouTube channel. I do vlogs, art, and song covers. They don't exactly fit into a category, so my contents are more diverse in a way, so they're miscellaneous. I like the word miscellaneous. I actually learned that word from my AP Lit teacher, AP Lit class, Mr. Barnes' class, fun class, which we will discuss later because we'll have to go over something that's related to AP Lit. But right now we have this. I made this on May 8th and it's the new channel's title sequence. Every time you click on one of my videos, this is one of the first thing you see. It's actually animation. I'm gonna show you. Made with Procreate, a new app I got around May. Really cool, kind of similar to Autodesk Sketchbook, but it has a better user interface in my opinion. And it's just easier to navigate. It was cool. I thought it was cool at the time, but then the more I looked at it, the creepier it gets. So eventually I changed it, made a new one, which we will see later on. AP Lit. Now this one is for my AP Lit final, part 1. COVID happened. The whole curriculum was all messed up, and for the finals we basically chose an option out of all the options offered on what we want to do for our final, and I chose a more visual option. In this one I created a book cover for Silas Marner, which was one of the book we read second semester in AP Lit. Really, really good book. I highly recommend it. It's not modernism, or is it? I forgot the genre. Realism. I think it's realism, right? Can someone confirm that? Same app, I use Procreate, and then we have this one, part 2 of AP Lit. It's from King Lear. I don't want to spoil anything. You probably cannot guess what's happening here. Spoiler alert, Cordelia died, and King Lear was really sad, and he died too. And that's like one of the last scenes in Shakespeare's King Lear. Usually I don't like tragedy. I don't like tragic endings. I like happy ending and Disney's and all like that. This one is kind of an exception because it's a great book and I feel like sometimes we need sadness to remind us that there is happiness. And moving on to the next one, we have this one, channel branding. Basically what that is this small logo on the bottom right. It's like the channel branding, the logo, small logo. And if you click on it, it will lead you to where you need to go to subscribe to the channel basically. And yeah, just a small logo, quite simple, very low resolution, a more pixelated kind of texture because it's very small. People are not gonna notice all the details even if I put them in there. My approach to it was something simple and catchy and clearly visible and popping, and that's pretty much the main goal of this branding. And then Akb Podcast happened. It's no longer a podcast, it's more like a show now because what we do are much more visual than for a podcast. And my co-host Ben Rose, he's right over there. I used the same logo I did for my branding and then I just drew Mr. Ben Rose, aka PCBV in there, add the logo and then add the microphone and voila. Moving on, my AP Studio Art portfolio was finished. Those are the 10. My portrait, the horse in the car, the toilet seat with the spider in it, and then Copenhagen, Disney World, San Francisco, Kairos again, and swimming. If you want to know the theme, then you can read over here. There you go. You can stop the video to look at it, and I'm gonna move on because we are in a serious time crunch, and you probably get bored if I read everything. Anyway, let's move on. This one is the new title sequence I made for my YouTube channel. Same app, Procreate. Like I said, the old one creeps me out, so I made this one. There's some animation going on there, the hand movement, the arm swinging, playing the guitar, the leaves flowing with the wind, and the Harry HTF title just slides in. Yeah, I like this one more. I like the contour, the black contours around all the shapes and values, and yeah, I feel like adding outline to your art makes it more cool sometime. Most of the time. Here's some behind the scene. Look at that. That's Ben Rose. He looks weird. That's me. So my procedures for creating art is first I use a light blue pencil, just sketching out very fundamental shapes, just like the general outline of the whole thing, the setting. And then I would switch to a new layer, use a dark blue pen, start creating some outline where I want things to go, and the final layer would be the black outline. And for the final step, I would add in colors and values. And that's how I create a lot of my arts, like this one. Now this one is actually a huge success because, well, Purdue's logo is actually purduepete, and also Boilermaker Special, the train. Purduepete, he holds a hammer with him all the time because he's a Boilermaker. And what else reminds me of a hammer besides Thor? Iron Man, because if you remember that first movie, he was hammering down onto the piece of metal when he was trapped in the cave, and everything about Purduepete reminds me of Iron Man, so I thought it would be cool to reimagine Purduepete as Iron Man. This one is actually pretty simplistic, the design I mean, because I have to redraw the arm every single time for each frame because there's an animation going on there. So I want to make it fast, something that's quick. Didn't want to go too much into detail and focus more on the animation. Pretty much it. I tagged Purdue, and they actually posted it on their Instagram pages, which is super cool. Next one, it is Lily James Cinderella. Now, in case you don't know, I actually did another portrait. I'm gonna show you right now because I archived it, but it should be here. This one is my mom's portrait. I made it for Mother's Day, but as you can see, the transition wasn't smooth because I used the wrong set of brushes. For this one, I did a bit more research on YouTube, and I used airbrushes for this one, which create a much more smoother and just more skin-like texture for Cinderella. I like Cinderella, it's a good movie, so I chose Cinderella. And there you go, it's Lily James Cinderella. I really like this one. I think it looks really cool, and it's a big improvement from this one. Now next one is this one. I was feeling quite spontaneous that day, so the muse comes and go. I had the inspiration, I was motivated to create this, and there you go. Don't ask me why, I just feel like it. The next Purdue creation I made was for Socio House, I think that's how you say it. Over here, the links over here, they asked me to do some art for them and just share them on the group chat, and I did. And also I tagged Purdue, which actually gained their attention again, and Purdue's engineer and class of 20 or first year engineering posted on their Instagram, and they contacted me to do a Q&A with me, which I was super hyped. You cannot imagine how honored I was. I was really happy. I'll leave a link to the Q&A. Basically, they just asked me why art, how did I get myself into art, why engineering, and why Purdue. And yeah, if you're interested, you can check them out in the link in the description below. Oh, have you checked this out? It's The Office. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna show you the Office theme song. I did a cover. Oh man, I'm too easily distracted. Let's move on. Okay, I actually really like this one. My friend Kaylee asked me in May whether I was gonna draw my cap. I said maybe. I didn't know, I wasn't sure, I did not know what I was going to paint on my cap. But then the last day, the day before graduation basically, I decided that I had to do something because I'm an art kid. I thought I should just draw myself because, you know, what could be more personal and more me than my portrait with something I'm passionate about in the background, and that's Disney World, Disney Castle. The quote is "Keep moving forward." It's from Meeting the Robinsons. It's a very underrated movie, but I really like it. So I spent 6 hours the day before graduation painting this. I was kind of worried that I would not make it on time, but I'm glad I did, and it looks awesome. I really dig it. Next one, this one is, I made it yesterday, last night. It didn't take that long. Purdue Memes asked me to design a logo for them, and I said, okay, sure, that'll be fun. Yeah, it was something new. No one has asked me to design logo ever before, and now it's available on Redbubble. If you want the stickers or maybe the logo on your mug or t-shirt, go to the link below. I actually made another version of it, a slightly different variation. As you can see, I changed the memes to boiler up because some people might not be into memes and, you know, they just want the Purdue design, and I have that. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm glad I made it through this video because this is like the third time I have to record this. I'm happy that I decided to do this video because it's been a while since the last art video. And I guess that's it for this video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.